My name is Edward, and being an inmate for 54 years, I was what they call in number a man who is virtually buried in the system without any regard for the truth. I was only to be 18 years of age when my freedom was robbed from me. No family to come for my support, no money to hire a lawyer and prove my innocence, and no voice that could impress a judge who already had a perception that I was guilty. I was once arrested for robbery unbeknown to me. They said I was doing exactly what was said about me in the reports. That was all it took. In that crusade, I was an 18-year-old boy pleading with them the best I could to believe me. When I spoke to them, I informed them of the facts, but they did not wish to listen to me. But they gave me life in prison instead. Can you imagine? When I reached 18, my whole life was taken from me. In one cell, I left all that I ever dreamt of a lifetime and more. No one visited me, no one called. People even stopped recalling that I was ever in this world. The dull walls and bars were the first thing I saw every morning for the next 54 years of my life. I missed everything, falling in love, starting a family, seeing the world. I had no more hope, I had no plan. But even in that darkness, I held on to one thing, my faith. I prayed, I asked God why, I begged Him for strength, and throughout all those years, through every dark time, I did not know how I would ever get through this abject and devastating loneliness. I sensed presence with me. But that was not the only thing that sustained my prayers to keep me alive and breathing. I sang to Him. I sang so as to be sure I was a human being who has value in this world, despite how things were treating me. That tiny cell was where my audience was, and over time, music was what saved my life. I didn't have instruments. I didn't have lessons. All I carried was my voice and my faith. And each time I sang, I was healing a part of myself that should have been dead long ago. Then, 3 years ago, my miracle happened to me. A young lawyer adopted my case, and for 54 years, the actual picture started to surface. I was innocent. Innocent. What do you think it would be like to hear those words after 50 years? I left that place with no dollar in my pocket and no clothes on my back, but I still had my faith. In spite of all that, I wanted to think that God did have a plan for me. And tonight I know that I have a purpose for my life, which is to keep that spleen alive. I'm here to tell you this, thus no matter how life turns black and ruthless, no matter how many things are stripped off you, there is always Him. Believe it or not, faith and music are what helped me. And if they can save a man in jail for 54 years, they can save anybody. Tonight I'm not singing for my own sake, I am singing for every human being who has ever felt left out, for everyone who's lost hope, and for the God who always had my back. Thank you for listening. The song that saved my life for all those years, and tonight I perform it for Him.
I was just a boy, thrown in a cell for someone else's dream. They said I was guilty, but they didn't see. The truth was buried, but it lived in me. No family to fight, no one by my side, just cold empty nights where my tears would hide. I prayed to the heavens, God, where are you now? But even in silence I felt Him somehow. The walls couldn't hold me, the bars couldn't break. A soul that was battered, but still wide awake. I sang through the darkness, I clung to the light. A song for the lost in the dead of the night. 54 years, a lifetime erased. Dreams turned to shadows I could never chase. Love, life, and laughter, they all slipped away. But my heart kept beating, kept singing each day. The melody soared where my body could not. Each note was a lifeline for the battles I fought. And though they forgot me, He never let go. His love was the fire, the coldest of snow. The walls couldn't hold me, the bars couldn't break. A soul that was battered, but still wide awake. I sang through the darkness, I clung to the light. A song for the lost in the dead of the night. Now I'm standing here with the weight of it all, but I'm no longer bound by those iron walls. The world tried to end night I'll sing the truth in my song. The walls couldn't hold me, the bars couldn't break. A soul that was battered, but still wide awake. I sang through the darkness, I clung to the light. A song for the lost in the dead of the night. For the forgotten, for those left behind. For the dreams they crushed, I couldn't confide. I stand here singing, my heart open wide. For the God who held me through the tide. The walls couldn't hold me. The walls couldn't hold me.
My name is Kofi. I wish I could turn back the time to 15 years ago and meet the man I have become. I grew up in a rural village in Africa with the greenish sugarcane fields and the mere joyous screams of my family and relatives. I had all the amenities. I had a beautiful wife, 3 children, good friends who were as close as relatives. I was a very successful businessman, and life had never been better. Each night my house was wonderful and full of happy moments. To my surprise, all what I admired was wiped out in the blink of an eye. In a certain time, I had proceeded to town for a business-related meeting as my family set to host a dinner at home. My wife had prepared sumptuous dinner, and my children were at home playing with their friends. There were so many things to describe the happiness and laughter that filled the house. I might have forgotten the trembling of the earth in the heat of battle, until one time, Big Bang. The sky went black, and a storm came ideal at the village. The rapture that followed was devastating. The earthquake reduced everybody and everything to rubble. My entire house, my entire family, every dollar I saved, and every material possession I had was destroyed. After 3 terrible days of waiting, I came home to only despairing news. My house has been flattened, and so was my family, my wife, my children. Those same people who had once surrounded me with love and joy were now just cold carcasses hidden under the rubble. My animals, my cows, my fields, everything was brought down. I dropped on my knees sobbing, calling for him to make this a dream that I am having. But the stillness around me made a very uncomfortable feeling of despair coming to me very clear. I was a man without a home, without a country, a have-not. He came into my life in June 2010, and in the days and months that followed, my life descended into the darkest I have ever known. Most of the friends I used to share my life with betrayed me. I went around hailing them for assistance, for food, for anything they could offer, but they never turned their sight towards me. There were days when I did not take anything to eat. I felt the pangs of hunger piercing my abdomen and loneliness as a close buddy. I nursed on one of the fallen logs, being devastated by the fact that life had been so harsh to me. But in the depths of my despair, I remembered something my wife used to say. Other sentiments used are as follows, Kofi: even in the dark, you have to shine. Those words give me the justification to live. One day, I decisively go through the debris and unexpectedly discovered my broken guitar that used to be dear to me. It was beaten and damaged, just like me, but there survived strings that could make music. For the purpose of this essay, I chose to learn how to sing. Music became my comfort zone, my outlet to say all the emotions in me that I can't say with words. Every song I sang was a prayer, a cry, a memory of my life which once was. Now, I am sitting under this tree with a guitar and singing songs of love, sorrow, and in a hope to get a job. My voice can bear the loneliness I feel inside me and the tiny spark of strength within. In performing, I am singing for the people who have lost their homes and loved ones, who have lost everything, for those who must be reminded that there is always hope out there. This is my journey, and this is what I am going to sing. No, I don't think it will change my life, but to the one you know that has a kindred spirit, may it somehow affect your heart kindly. If for one moment in life you have lost a loved one or an object dear to you, you will identify with me. But if my song makes you happy, please don't forget to pray for me and support me in any way you can. Read my lips. The hope of a song can be even in shambles of life that you call your life. So here I am, performing for you. My song is full of feelings of love, loss, and the importance of holding on to hope. I hope it moves your heart because it is my journey to finding light out of my darkness.
Through windows pane I gaze at shadows of my lost days. The love I held slips away in the quiet night. Dreams betray. Time, oh time, you thief, you took my youth with grief. I'm on dreams lost at sea, echoes of what used to be. Memories in the breeze whisper tales of long lost ease. I hear her voice in trees, but fading like autumn leaves. Time, oh time, you thief, you took my youth with grief. I'm on dreams lost at sea.
My story begins with a fire, but that wasn't the first flame that tried to consume my world. You see, before the inferno that devoured my home, I had already lost everything that made life worth living. My name is James, and this is my story of how music saved me when there was nothing else left. Picture a modest house in a quiet neighborhood. Inside, a family of 3, myself, my wife Sarah, and our daughter Luna. Every evening, I'd pull out my old Gibson guitar, and Luna would curl up next to me, her eyes bright with wonder. "Play the star song, Daddy," she'd whisper, and I'd strum the lullaby I wrote the day she was born. But life has a cruel way of rewriting your happiest melodies. It started with Sarah's migraines, simple headaches, we thought, nothing serious, until the day she collapsed in our kitchen. The diagnosis hit like a thunderclap, stage 4 brain tumor. Our insurance company, the same one we'd faithfully paid for 15 years, found a loophole. Pre-existing condition, they claimed. Just like that, we were on our own. I sold everything, my car, my instruments, even my father's watch. But medical bills are hungry beasts. They devour savings, dreams, and hope with equal appetite. Sarah fought for 2 years before the cancer won. I thought I had hit rock bottom, but life wasn't done with me yet. Luna developed the same symptoms 6 months later. Different tumor, same story. This time, I couldn't even afford the treatments that might have saved her. I watched my little girl, my ray of sunshine, fade away in a hospital room that smelled of antiseptic and broken dreams. For 7 years, I haunted our empty house like a ghost. No power, no running water, just memories and crushing debt. Then came the fire. Started 3 blocks down, they said. By the time I grabbed Sarah's photo and Luna's favorite teddy bear, the flames were already licking at our doorstep. I stood in the street that night, watching 17 years of memories turn to smoke. The insurance company found another loophole. No payout, no help, nothing. But here's the thing about losing everything. It teaches you what can never be taken away. I found myself under a highway overpass, my voice, and a borrowed guitar, my only possessions. And I started to sing, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. Every note was a defiance against despair. Every chord, a tiny rebellion against fate. People started to listen, not just homeless folks or hurried commuters, but really listen. They heard something in my voice, the sound of someone who had been broken but refused to stay shattered. My songs became their stories too. Stories of loss, of struggle, but most importantly, of survival. That's when I realized, sometimes you have to lose your voice to find it. Sometimes the world has to burn everything you have before you can rise from the ashes and become who you were meant to be. Today, I still sing under that overpass, not because I have to anymore. Local gigs and a growing YouTube channel have given me a roof over my head. I sing because every note reminds someone out there that their story isn't over, that as long as they have breath in their lungs and a song in their heart, they're not done yet. So let me ask you again, what does it take to keep singing when life has stolen your voice? It takes everything you have, and then it takes everything you didn't know you had. But most importantly, it takes the courage to open your mouth and let your truth ring out, even when your voice shakes.
Standing in the flames of everything I knew, watching memories turn to smoke, fade from view. But they can't burn what's living deep inside. Song that kept me breathing when my world died. They say fire purifies, turns weakness into steel. These scars are just disguise for the strength that I conceal. From these ashes I will rise, like a phoenix in the night. Every tear and every sigh fuels the fire of my flight. You can take my world away, but my spirit's here to stay. Watch me rise again today. From these ashes, from these ashes. Lost my home, lost my love, lost my way to pray, but my voice kept singing through each breaking day. Under bridges on the streets I found my stage. Turned my pain to poetry, grief to rage. When life strips everything down to skin and bone, that's when you learn to sing notes you've never known. From these ashes I will rise, like a phoenix in the night. Every tear One more song to light the way. From these ashes we will rise, like a phoenix in the night. Every tear and every sigh fuels the fire of our flight. They can take our world away, but our spirit's here to stay. Watch us rise again today. From these ashes, from these ashes. The fire gave me wings to fly. These ashes taught me how to rise.
My name is Frederick. I am from a small village in America. Today, if someone will meet me, they will never believe that I at one time was living a ratchet life. I mean, imagine what I had 10 years ago. A large, comfortable home, nice, expensive cars, a beautiful wife, and 2 wonderful sons who I would give my life for. We were living a capitalistic life. We were not poor, and we did not miss out on anything. My business was growing, and everybody in my town became acquainted with me. However, all this transformed after my sons had married. It started slowly at first. God told them to cherish their wives more than they cherished me, and so they distanced themselves from me. And what hurt me most was when they asked me to leave the house that I owned myself. I said to myself that it can only be a phase, that it would blow over, but it didn't. My sons forsook me one day due to persuasion from their wives. They told me those words which are difficult to hear from anyone. They said that my time was over and that I had to go. My own sons treated me and my wife as okay. We can leave this house like this. I struck a lowest ebb, which was full of shock, grief, and confusion. Even worse occurred shortly after that. The next day, my wife, a loyal wife who had stuck with me for years, dropped from a heart attack. She breathed her last in my arms, yet the treatment my sons gave me. They did not even bother to fake remorse. They cast me out all alone for the world. Even the people I trusted ended up backstabbing me, all for what I brought up with love. But life didn't end there. I may be old, but I still have a voice, and I shared mine with them. I would like to share a talent with you. Whenever I sing, people thought that I am not a year older than 25. Literally, I have the voice of a 20-year-old, and while my years have piled up, my music has the spirit of the young heart. These years I have been lone, singing to the tunes, hoping that someone will listen and feel my ache within. Today I rise and I say, let me sing my song. And though it is small and simple, may you hear it here today. I hope you like it, and as you do so, you will long to have your sons back to come and call me home again.
I thought we'd be forever, but time slipped through our hands. I hold the words you whisper, but can't feel them like I can. I miss you more than words can say. I wish you'd never gone away. I still see you in every place and feel your touch when I close my eyes. The days are empty, but I keep you close. In every shadow I see you the most. But love like ours can't fade away, even though you're far away. I miss you more than words can say. I wish you'd never gone away. I still see you in every place and feel your touch when I close my eyes. The days are empty, but I keep you close. In every shadow I see you the most. But love like ours can't fade away, even though you're far away. I miss you more than words can say. I wish you'd never gone away. when I close my eyes. Even though you're far away, even though you're far away. If time could rewind, if love could save, I would go back to that one sweet day, when we laughed together, when we cried before you said goodbye. But now it's just me and the echoes of you. In every moment, I'm still loving you. The days are empty, but I keep you close. In every shadow, I see you the most. But love like ours can't fade away, even though you're far away. If time could rewind, if love could save, I would go back to that one sweet day, when we laughed together, when we cried before you said goodbye. But now it's just me and the echoes of you in every moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, my name is Baron Trump. Proudly so, I am an American. Many of you might have seen me or heard my name before, but today I am not standing here as the son of Donald Trump. Just another man in the world pleading for more justice and truth to wake up in America. I have been silently observing. I see the struggle, the pain, the unfair situations that exist in our country. Injustice is everywhere. While the rich grow richer and richer, the poor are left behind to barely survive. People, instead of helping one another up, are trampling those who's fortunate. People, instead of voicing the truth, are telling lies. And we are not protecting women in this country, even though they are ours. However, let me tell you, we are all equal in this society. No one should ever feel less than another, whether they be a man, woman, or child. Women deserve the same rights, respect, and protection that men do. It is not as though justice has nothing to do with privilege. It should form the very foundation of our country. My father, Donald Trump, has always worked hard so that justice might exist in this country. I have seen him until even late at night, sitting for long hours in meetings, signing documents and making hard decisions to expand this nation's strength and fairness just as much as possible. But this is not something that concerns only one person. It concerns all of us. We must get rid of the barriers which have been around for too long. The war between black people and white people must be brought to an end. There is no us and them, there is only we, the people of the United States. The left-behind population I have often become enslaved to my vision, or worried sick. I have gone over and over how to revive this nation and worked out all kinds of solutions. I envision a country where everyone is taken care of, and where justice is not just a luxury for the few, but given to all. My father and I have also discussed the promotion of those things that will enable society to provide real economic opportunities for the poor, reasonable educational opportunities for less trained youth, safe streets for our women. It is possible, because I have seen people emerge from destitution in other countries, and with their own hands change history. We will do the same. And yes, sometimes, when I'm just worn out from all this, I listen to music. I go to the studio, open my throat and sing. Because music is universal. It heals, connects, and gathers us together. It tells us who we are and what means most deeply in our hearts. I'm going to finish tonight with a song of hope, a song of togetherness and lighting up the dark. Let's not forget, even when things are darkest, we will stand together and come through.
See the world, I hear the cries, so many dreams left lost in time. But I believe we can change the way, turn the darkness into brighter days. No more lies, no more pain, no more hearts left out in the rain. We are stronger hand in hand, side by side we make a stand. We will rise, we will fight for the truth. a land where love is free. No more war, just harmony. Black or white, rich or poor, doesn't matter anymore. We are equal, side by side. No more walls, no need to hide. This is our time, this is our day. Together we will find a way. We will rise, we will fight for the truth, for the light. No more fear, no more hate. Together we can change our fate. Raise your voice, let them hear. Justice, love will break the fear. Oh, we were born to stand as one. We will rise with the morning sun. We are the future. The change starts here, the change starts now. We won't be silent, we won't break down. This is our moment, let's take a vow. We will rise, we will fight for the truth, for the light. No more fear, no more hate. Together we can change our fate. Raise your voice, let them hear. Justice, love will break the fear. Oh, we were born to stand as one. We will rise with the morning sun. We will rise together side by side. We will shine with faith, with love, with pride.